Congratulations, you've decided to start your very own construction company in Canada, and I'm going to be sharing with you 3 steps that you need to take in order to get there successfully. So, step number 1 is planning. You need to get a plan in place. You need to figure out what you're going to be doing, all the little details, not to get tied up with it, but you should have some sort of basic understanding of what's going to happen as you start rolling out with your construction company. And you want to be looking at marketing. So what kind of niche, what kind of service you're going to provide, what kind of ideal client do you want? The second thing to look at would be financials, right? You need to know how you're going to track your financials, what your money looks like, how much capital are you going to need? Are you going to need to buy tools? You're going to need to buy a trailer, a truck, upstart cost with maybe getting a shop or something like that. So decide how much capital you need, how much savings you need, and you probably need 2 to 3 times more than what you actually think you need. So are you going to get a loan? Do you have savings? Make sure that you have capital available for you, because things can come up and definitely the money may seem really good, but when you get into business, there's a lot of expenses, a lot of things that can come up that you weren't prepared for, that you need to be have like a pool of resources available for in order to succeed and get through those dips and those bumps. So make sure you get an accountant also to check out your taxes, get your company set up, all those types of things. Another thing to look at with planning out your company is creating an organization chart and hiring. You know, how many people are you going to need? What's your process? What do the steps look like throughout the year? What's your projected growth? All those kind of things. Again, don't get tied up in the details, but something to think about and kind of get something out on paper so that you've thought through it instead of just jumping in with both feet and hoping for the best, because that is, you're going to be in for a world of hurt if you don't plan things out. And then speak with a trusted advisor when you're planning. So is there maybe an old boss that you had, or somebody else that you know who owns a construction company? Maybe a buddy of yours has had a construction company. So reach out to somebody, a coach like myself or consultant, somebody who's owned and operated, started construction businesses before, just to tell you, hey, this is what you're going to encounter. This is things to watch out for. This is what I did. This is the person I talked to. This is the bank I went with. This is the software that I use. So they're going to have so much great knowledge, information, experience that they can hand off to you to get you started on the right foot. So that's the first thing, plan everything out. Number 2, the second step is legal requirements, right? You got to get all the legals in place. You don't want to be operating a cash business because you're going to get whacked by, CRA or somebody at some point. So your business name, make sure that you register for a business name. I've started construction businesses in 2 different provinces. I'm sure the other ones are the same. Generally, you register your name. Once your name is approved, then you can use that name as your trade name to register your business. So pick a customer-centric name. Don't pick one that's just for yourself that sounds cool, like whatever. I've seen a lot, but getting smashed, 2 guys and a truck or whatever, pick something that people will recognize, something that is going to enjoy, that your clients are going to enjoy, and that sounds like the type of niche and the type of business you want to start. So make sure you pick a customer-centric name. And then non-personal, you can, if you like, name it after yourself or your family name, perfectly fine. But just remember, if you ever want to sell that business or bring in additional directors or partners into your business, that having a business named after yourself with your name specifically in it is just going to be a little bit more difficult because you are so tied to the business and the branding. Something to think about. Then you got to pick your type of business. Fairly easy decision. Talk with your accountant about it. Are you going to be sole proprietorship? Are you going to incorporate? Are you going to have a partnership if you got a partner? So figure out the structure of what type of business you're going to start legally, and talk with your accountant to see what the benefits and where to go with that. Business licenses. So if you need a specific trade ticket or license to work in your city or your province, make sure that you're registered, you got your licenses. And then you want to be looking at your insurance, liability insurance, your workers' compensation. So just all those little legal things. Make sure you have that all in place before you get started, just to avoid any wasted time or fees or waiting on that stuff before you get started with your business. All right, so that's step number 2, fairly easy one. You just got to get through it and fill out the forms and figure that stuff out. Number 3 can be a little challenging depending on who you are and what you've done. Sell, sell, sell. And I don't mean spam, spam, spam. I mean, get your sales game, get your marketing game together super early and make sure that you've got jobs lined up, you have some presence, you've gone through some sales conversations, done some estimates, done some of that work that possibly, depending on what background you've come from, if you've just been more on the tools or maybe a foreman on site, you haven't done sales, you haven't done marketing, maybe you haven't done like business types management, development before. This is something that's going to be new to you and it's going to take time, right? Marketing and sales, you might get some early winners, but generally you need to be putting out a lot of energy and effort. And then, 30, 60, 90 days, even a year later is when that marketing and sales efforts start to pay off because people start to recognize you. Maybe they're not in a place where they're ready to move forward with whatever project they're considering right now. And it's going to take a while before they're ready to go ahead. So start that early. Things you want to think about is your branding. So logo, colors, design, something that feels, the way that you want to portray your business. And make sure that if you're getting jobs, you're scheduling them farther out. So have like a planned date to kind of start your business. So if you are just like going through all the legal requirements and getting all your website up and your marketing and stuff like that, consider starting your business in maybe 3 months from now or something like that. If someone comes to you and they're like, hey, I want you to do my job, I need you to start my project, you just simply say like, hey, we're scheduling work right now for 2-3 months out. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to ask you to wait if you're okay with that. If not, maybe I can refer you to somebody else who gets started right away. So it may feel bad to give up a little bit of work, but give yourself some breather room so that you have time to see how busy you are, what kind of work you're going to have. If you need to hire people, get all your legal stuff in place, get your money in place, buy any equipment, tools, whatever you need to. And you're able to plan the project out. You're not just jumping into something for some quick money, but you're actually able to plan the job out to make sure that you have an awesome experience for the client. You don't want to just be taking a job and because they need someone this week or next week. So line up your work, and if you're working with builders, even better. If you got a builder that's going to consistently give you business. When I started my first construction company, we started off in rough framing carpentry, so framing houses, residential houses. I was able to talk with the builder, got on with them. They pretty much kept me busy for a year. I worked exclusively for them, more or less. And luckily for me, I was able to work really hard and not have to worry about the sales and marketing and financial, ups and downs that can come with working for, residential clients and more private clients. So maybe you can get hooked up, lined up with a builder and be set, for at least the start of your company. Take those 3 steps. You're going to be well on your way. So planning, get your legal requirements in place, get some marketing and sales and branding and sell up, get some, projects lined up and scheduled. You're well on your way. You're going to be successful. All the best with your business. If you want help with any of these, there's a lot of little specific details that go along with this and additional steps, of course. This is like a general overview of the 3 big steps you need to take. Reach out to me. There's also a free course in the description below. So check out the course, how to build a business that works without you. It's how to systematize your business, start building processes, SOPs, putting all that good stuff in place. So here's to you and your new construction business in Canada.